Hello, hello, hello. Let's see if everything starts to run okay. All righty. Apologize for the late delay. Um, okay. Am I online? Alrighty, so we are here live on YouTube finally. Sorry about the delay. Um, let's get started here. I hope my laptop lasts pretty good. Um, all right. Alrighty, so we are here live on YouTube. Yes, I can hear myself. Thank you very much. Sorry about the delay. Yeah, here I just got. Okay, as I said, this new setup is fairly new to me. Welcome. We're going to do a free for all Q&A as I usually do. I just want to show you a new few things I've come up with over the last few hours. So let me show you this currently, this current setup. So what you're looking at now is a very sophisticated effort. I just started like 3 hours ago. Okay, this will be most likely how my service, my little system will work. Okay, so right now what we've got here is some very cool JavaScript and Python. Again, all AI generated, and what I'm finding is this is really fascinating to develop because, as I've said before, when you use the latest version of Claude, what tends to happen is you get a lot more extra goodies in features and stuff. Just everything just comes out smarter. So what we have here is I have three environments now in this. So I have a live environment. That's not quite live trading, but that will be potentially traded live. I've talked about this in my last stream here, where I have a bunch of trading bots that I I have tested that look good. I can add new bots into this environment, and yeah, and I can put this into uh, my my live trading environment as well because I've made everything all compatible now with all the logs, so they all work together. And the other thing is that's pretty cool is I just generated this. I'm not sure how to I create it. Um, these are the new, just brand new in the last half hour, dynamically generated trading bots over. I think there's 11 or 12 of them up here. I've shown this before in my last stream, specifically this, the trading report. So all those bots are created around this news as well. I've gone in a great length on that last stream. Um, I'm going to add in some potential live updates on this. I'm just going to do this on demand. I don't want to do streaming. It just puts extra demand on my servers. Um, Also, what I have here is I've got a bot plan. This one's not quite up to date because it's brand new, 3 hours old. So I'll have to load in the latest that's running. We have the gateway here. I'm not going to show that because it reveals all the user information connecting into the likes of Rithmic for futures and options data. Right now, I'm just focusing on futures. Here, I've shown this also in the last stream, the run all, which is basically the whole process. You can see it right here. The pipeline creates the news, creates from the news, which I just showed you from that PDF, creates that PDF I just showed you, and then it goes in and creates all the bots from that PDF because it's all condensed from the news. And then it's pretty well done. And then I just run it. So we have the gateway running. We have the console of each bot, so I could see what's the status is on the live logs. Okay, that's pretty good. So I just launched this like 10 minutes ago, so it might take a while for the data to get generated. Um, and yeah, so that's that. And we have a plan here. I just mentioned. Okay, so this is the analysis. So as I said, we have three different sections. We have the last generated set of bots, which is just generated at 6:30 today. We have the live bots that will eventually become live traded with money against it. And then we also have the profitable bots in test. And then, as I said, when they prove to show profit, I will be able to move those from here into live bots. So when they prove profit, then we're good to go. Let's see here. Okay. So from there, I have the different bots here. So let's go through what happened earlier today. Okay. In my stream, I did talk about two bots I want to go with. The only thing I need to do with the live trading bots is just basically turn on the capability to actually trade. And that's it. So this is all simulated trading again, but they look pretty good as they should. So if I go into the charts today, this is earlier from today. You can see here we've got two strategies running, the gold and Ethereum Bitcoin. So this one broke even. Just so you know, I would have said that the gold strategy was the most profitable with no losses. I started seeing losses on Friday. So, yeah, there you go. Some real reality there. One of these 10 over the last 2 days, which including yesterday, today, and a little bit of Friday. One of these is going to make money for the day. So this one today made money. Okay, 4 trades, 2 losses. Okay, and then I'll be able to track all the P&L as well. And just like it's amazing where we're at. And there's that. Okay, so I've shown these bot profiles before. So as I said, there's only 2 bots running here in the live mode, and just I'm gonna do some last minute testing before I switch it on for live deployment against real money. Okay, so there's that one. So let me show you some of the the profitable bots did today to see how they did. Let's see here. No, got to go to the proper folder. Oh, I wonder if that. Okay, so here we are, what was traded today. So only 2 were traded, I believe. No, we had a pile. So again, the simulation, the profitable bots, potential profitable bots should be really what it's called, is today 10 wins in Ethereum, 6 losses. Everything else broke even. There's 1 trade here in the CL. That's not enough to convince me to move it into live mode. Also, same thing. I can go through all of the different profiles for this batch, and then the last batch we can look at is this one right here, which is currently running. Now there's 6 bots running here. Remember that the markets are closed my time, being what, 7:12. So nothing's going to trade at all. Maybe through the night. It could take a couple hours before you start seeing some trading activity. So that's basically that. Okay. So that's the whole setup, I think. On the analysis, we got the run all, as I said. When I want to run all to generate news, I have to pause everything because that's going to use the Rithmic connection. It can only be one Rithmic connection. So everything else has to be paused. That's including simulated trading and the live trading as well. So we've covered the plan, we've covered the console, and the overview. And you can see here I've got all those different time frames as well uh, to look at. So these are the bots that were created for this time session, or I don't know, here and so on. Okay, and then those are the appropriate PDFs for the news, for the analysis, so on and so forth. Okay. So it's pretty powerful. I could theoretically run everything if I wanted. I think that would just overwhelm Rithmic as it stands. And we'll leave it at that. Okay. So that's everything there in a nutshell. So this is only 3 hours old. So we have, you can see right here, we got 28 bots running, which is quite a lot. I'm at a point now where I'm looking at my computer, it's 40% utilization rate. So I'll have a new system soon in the next 2 weeks. It's going to have a GPU board. It's going to have quite a bit of memory, 32, 64 gig. I think I'll need a 64 gig for this sort of setup. What's in the future? I want to add in something I call research. So for those that may not know, I've got some like 300 projects available in my backend for all the programming projects. Um, I want to put an MCP server that I can connect into so that when I go into the research with a search, I can just put in a search and have it look for certain projects that are part of my programming backend paywall, and then be able to search for related projects, download them, test them, and maybe somehow deploy them, back test them, research it. I don't know yet what that will entail, but that's going to be a very, very big feature I can throw in now. And as I said before, I've got over 200, 300 projects to work with from that. Also, you can see here, which is really powerful. I've was reading on LinkedIn, and I never thought of this, but these log files that I'm collecting now. Originally, I was going to dump them. Uh, they're very valuable. Somebody said that the most valuable when it comes to trading and trading research and AI are logs, trading logs. They're very valuable because they enable you to see the data, and you can work with that and then have the AI when I do prompting to create smarter bots because now we have the AI to work with as well. So I'm going to have maybe something like that as probably, I don't know, like a research thing or I don't know yet. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. I think this new server system I'll get will have to have a lot of RAM, a lot of drive space, blah blah blah, for to do all these sort of things. But this is what I'm looking at doing, and as I said, we're very close to getting into live trading as well. Alrighty, so there's that. And I don't see anybody online. Let me just check on that, make sure if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I'm not, no one's online. Maybe I set up the stream wrong. I don't know. So I do see myself online. Oh, there's 4 people watching. My fault. All right, so that's what's been going on. One last thing I should put in there is it's online. Maybe I set up this. No, I didn't know I had a little audience. Thank you very much for watching there. The other part I'll be adding is, as I said, I mentioned the interactive, sorry, the gateway to Rithmic. I want to add in another gateway exclusively for interactive brokers. We had somebody on the last live stream, the 3 hour one, and they came back and said that that the interactive brokers, when it comes to options, futures seems to be okay, but the options is questionable, and that's why I have to stay with Rhythmic as well. So interactive brokers may be limited what I can do with it, but I want to mimic whatever I can do with interactive brokers in my account. um, with so there'll be two separate gateways, one for interactive brokers, one for Rithmic, and with that, it'll enable me to do a lot with what I'm putting together here. So if things go well, I may do a stream on Thursday night, just to bring everybody up to date and show you the latest changes to this, or additions, I should say. And I may be able to go live trading with what I just showed you under the live mode as well, because it looked okay. Yeah, and then the other thing with the interactive brokers, once I get that running, and if it's the same, hopefully same uh, behavior in terms of profitability on interactive brokers, then I'll test it out for a week or so with live trading, and then maybe I'll be able to synchronize it with a verifiable trading account with a journaling software as well. If it goes really good, then I'll add that to my website to show I'm very viable in trading as well. So that's the next short-term set of goals. And with what I just showed you, I'm beyond it. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not think with Opus 4.7 it would get me to this kind of point. It's exciting. So if you got any questions, let me know about this. Let's do the free for all now. Asking me anything. As I said, if you just joined us, this is the new part here under the live mode, um, under the analytics. So this would have been from earlier today. Live bots right here. There's actually two running, 8 trades, and it showed the Ethereum doing pretty good. And then if you go over overview, 62% win ratio. I haven't calculated the P&L yet, because it obviously needs to be calculated and built into this. And yeah, so we're getting there. And with Opus 4.7, which I've said is no good to me. This part, just adding new features both to my Python scripts and my JavaScript. It's working beyond good. I'm kind of impressed by it, to be honest. So this right here, this win ratio at 62.5% is pretty real. And then, as I said, there's 8 charts, 5 wins, 3 losses. And there's the only two bots I'm running is the Ethereum, Bitcoin futures, inter commodity spread, and a GC gold futures directional. I have a second bot in there that's gold. It does not work properly. Yeah. Well, I should say that's under the this part right here under the profits. There's 2 gold, I believe. Two separate gold. Yeah, two. There's 1 gold strategy in there. I don't think it seems to be running, but as I said with the gold, I have started taking a little bit of losses on that. Come uh as of, let's say, yesterday and today. So, are there any questions or comments at all? I'll be glad to answer those right now. If not, I'll just go back to what I was doing, building this out, and yeah, I mean it's very exciting with what's being built out. I'm gonna a big challenge. Well, it's not really a big challenge. It's gonna be a bit of work. Is being able to do the this new research tab in there, and just show you some of the as many projects as I can. With what's in the background, there's C++ in there, JavaScript, C Sharpe, and the big one, Python. So I'll be able to show you that. And that's quant ready, quant institutional research type of projects. And I said there's got to be at least 300 in there. So yeah, I'll be putting that in, and then maybe putting in some other logs in here and be able to just kind of, I don't know, call it look at market data logs, and the more data you put in, the more better the AI work. So that's the goal. I'm still using Claude Code and VS Code as well. Neckerman, I could probably never figure out this stuff. Yeah, well, it's pretty overwhelming now because this has been developed for 6 months, but with the visualization, um, with the visualization, I think um, it makes it a lot easier because there's now a GUI and a presentation to it. Because part of the confusing part, I was running, these are running PowerShell in Windows. All these are all PowerShell. So I was running independent PowerShell uh, sessions, and it was very confusing. So now I can look at them individually, as I said, and see what they're doing and see it's connected and stuff. Neckerman or Neckerman one, I can get all the AI to do the very basic stuff. I barely understand any of it. I know a little Java and C++. Um, there's a reason why I didn't do C++ or Java with this. It's because um, it takes a lot more AI usage or compute. I call it utilization to create with C++ and Java because the architecture of those projects in either language are too big. With Python, it's very easy. It's a scripting language. Same with JavaScript as well. And what you're seeing, everything's all basically a JavaScript environment. So this is a JavaScript, that's a JavaScript, and so on. So it's easier to work with. The AI seems to like it more and get better results with either JavaScript and Python. When you start to add in more complexity with C++ um, and Java, it just it just makes the coding more difficult, and the project becomes more bloated. Just like what I've got right now. Now, if I wanted to make somebody happy, I could easily do um, C++, convert everything to C++. It would be a massive project, and it really could probably generate all the bots the same, and maybe I keep them in Python. I don't know. I could easily build this out and do other things with it, but I'm keeping it very simple, simple in my mind with JavaScript and Python. Any other questions so far? I appreciate the comments, questions coming in. As I said, this isn't Ask Me Anything. I'm just showing you the latest, what I'm doing. I was originally going to show you the interactive brokers. I thought, hang on here, why duplicate all visual, um, the Visual Studio Code projects? Put them in one, have this kind of functionality as I'm showing you, have it within some kind of dashboard, and then we can also merge in and integrate the interactive brokers as well with it. So everything's going to all be in one big, massive interactive, or sorry, one massive VS Code project. Recommend one says every bit of research uh, I've done on this, people try to steer me away from Python because they say trading requires low latency. No, that's not true. I think whoever you're following, again, I'll keep repeating what I keep saying. It depends upon your account size. High frequency trading is a totally different beast. If you got a million plus or even 500,000, you may be able to get with true high frequency trading, meaning with the CME and their Aurora data center where all the HFT shops are. That's how I came out at the beginning of the year, and I started realizing we'll call it medium frequency trading, which is this. Um, it's just easier um, because it's more with high frequency trading. It's like trying to make money, but you got a fly and you're trying to kill it with a sledgehammer. So in this case, you want to kill the fly in an easier, simpler way. Just use Python for a fly swatter equivalent. There's nothing wrong with Python. Many systems are done in Python, but I don't know your working arrangement, but a lot of people want to use C++ and some other advanced language because, well, they can make more money out of you. And it's more complicated. Um, if you looked at the source code, it's not that bad because Clyde code. Especially Opus does a pretty good job of it. Now, if I switched it over to ChatGPT 5.5 Pro, it's a different animal, totally different type of programming style. So I like with what Claude generates. Any other questions or comments so far? Uh, yeah, I'm very happy with this. Very happy. I'm just going to see if any of the bots are generating money. Let's just see here. Um, so this is the profitable stuff. I don't, yeah, the market should be open by now. Let's see. Yeah, it's still nothing updated. Yeah, the gold is now losing money, 3 losses. I understand Python more when reading it. I just never learned to write it. That being said, with my background in C++ and Java, I have been able to look at Python modules and be like, I can see this does this variable link here is very clean and formatted. Yeah, it is. I've been saying also with this AI code generation, that or vibe coding, as the youngins call it. Um, the code it depends upon what model you're using. It's pretty simple. Each trading bot, this is not a monolithic system. It's got different JavaScript dashboards to it. As I said, this is a separate dashboard. This is a separate dashboard. And then when you look at all the different different call them all of these are separate um independent trading bots. So they're not dependent on anything. They're not, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember what they call it, but they don't. There's no object-oriented programming here. They're just very independent from each other. Might not be the smartest way, but I'm okay with that because I can play much easier. And also, uh, it's Python. It's readable. I have been using uh, code. We're thinking of giving Claude a try. Yeah, I'd give it a try. Um, I'm spending, as I said before, about 300 a month. Yeah, 300 a month on AI. Get serious with AI. I'm seeing people are probably spending 300 to 800 bucks. But what I'm showing you to be able to do this in 4 hours versus hand coding it, that this kind of work would take me a couple of good days. But this was all done in, you know, couple hours, and it's very sophisticated. As I'm showing you, um, it's just running this run all. It just runs one script. And then what I did was I just prompted the AI and saying, hey, add this progress board to it, add these buttons here to it, and separate prompting situations. That was all done in Claude Code. And I just talked to it. And that's it. As I can show you the VS Code prompting as some examples. I think like the problem for a lot of people um, is that, so this is the entire, oh, sorry, wrong project. I have 2 VS Code here. Let me show you the other one. Um, yeah, this one. So this one right here is just to show you some examples. For the stream here, I go create a video headline description of this project with optimal Max viewers. So it generates me a entire stream. Let me see if there's a hit. Is the history? No. Um, where's my history in here? Okay. Here's Clyde Code. Um, I'm just going to show you some prompting here. Yeah, as I was saying, the prompting is key when it comes to the debugging here. So I just say, why does my script here automatically start running this other script? And it comes back and it explains it all to me. That's how I'm programming now. That's what I'm doing now. Yeah. So more questions from Neckerman. Anyone else got questions? Please let me know. Um, so I've been using Codex. Okay, so we talked about that. I'm using partial Codex here to generate the dynamic trading bots. It works good. It's efficient in cost. Uh, is there multiple projects you're focusing on, or would you have a package like that that can provide enough credits for focusing on a single project? No, if you're referring to my AI account, it's just one AI account. I'm using something like OpenRouter, so I have access to many models. I can get access to all the Chinese models, the Claude, the Gemini, and the other ones from OpenAI. The $300 Claude code, no, it's $300 on another provider. Yeah. So there's many providers out there, aggregators, call them whatever you want. It's similar to OpenRouter. OpenRouter is pretty good. It's pretty popular. You could use Klein. I used to recommend the which one was it? Yeah, here. Okay, yeah, here. Yeah, I used to run. Um, yeah. So yeah, here. Let me get my projects in gear here for VS Code. Yeah. So in here, if you look at what I've been using, I've got Klein Kilo Code. Kilo Code, I don't recommend anymore. I've used Klein. That's still good. Um, so I'm kind of flipping between Klein and the Quad Code. Ruse died. They pulled Ruse, so that's no more. This thing's going to get pulled of it as well. It's just not very good. They're trying to make it good, but Klein's another very popular one as well. So those are just some options out there that you can go with. They're all the same. Just depends on what model you want. I think the Claude or the ChatGPT is getting good, but you can't intermingle Claude and the Claude 5.5 Pro because the Claude 5.5 Pro will add in all these extra static methods or and whatnot. It just goes into more classic object-oriented programming, so it's a lot more overkill you don't really need. But I think if you keep it all in, let's say Claude, you'll be fine. I've said before, I flip in between Haiku mostly, but what I've just been showing you here for rapid development and for the extra features, that's why I use Opus in this case. Plus, I'm on my last day of the month before I get rebuilt tomorrow. So I had quite a bit of links left. So I just said, screw it, I'll use them. Created this, and very, very happy with it as well. If you guys got any further questions, let me know. Neckermans are our person of the night to do these. Um, I'm gonna put this out there. I'm looking at maybe doing the live streams on my Zoom sessions. I think I got enough people on my website to bring in people to test out a stream on via Zoom, and if I have enough people, that they'll be more loyal to my website because they're all involved in my website. I may kind of do that, and I don't know. I'll still post shorts on YouTube and all the other platforms. They do quite nice. But in terms of growth, I have a private group now that anybody can join. I was trying to use Discord. We just had another spammer get in, and I've just lost it with Discord. Discord's just, for me, it's never been good. I've tried Telegram groups, and there's always some spammer trying to ruin it. Like, for instance, I had a Discord. I had myself. I brought in a moderator, and within an hour, there was this clone account in a court of my moderator. If you would have been left alone, but because we're running this group or the Discord on Discord, the server, yeah, people will clone those accounts and then sell the spam or whatever scams that they're pulling off. So you can't do that with my website. because it's not known. Um, oh, Neckerman, have you heard of? Yeah, here. Teams Speak. You can rent your own server or set own up if you want. Um, I've not heard of TeamSpeak. I don't know what you define as a server if you're referring to just general cloud. Um, there's other better providers out there. In terms of TeamSpeak, I don't know if it's trading related. I could say I'm probably a little uh, dumb on that. I just don't pay attention anymore to the third party stuff out there. But I will say, for in terms of cloud, the one I like and have used in a bit is Vulture, VULTR. I'll even type it up. I've got nothing to do with them. I just like them. And yeah, so it's called Vulture. And they've got some contributions from AMD to push AMD GPU capabilities on their cloud. You can do pretty well any BSD or Linux. They also have Windows Server as an option. So I think depending upon how sophisticated I get with everything, with what I'm building out here, I may push that off to Vulture. It's an alternative. Yeah, here, I'm sorry to do this. Alternative to Discord. Oh, I see. It technically was around before Discount used to be the OG for the gaming friends. And the reason I chose Discord because I wanted to get discovered on Discord. Uh, but it's just I've tried multiple times to set up a Discord servers, and there's always somebody either imitating me and pushing all this scam stuff. So that's dangerous for me in terms of reputational risk. Also, as I said before, with the spammers as well. It just, from my perspective, it's not worth to be on it. I think any serious trader will understand that and will come over to my website, and we'll leave it at that. That's all I can tell you. Anybody else got any comments or questions at all? Happy to answer what I can. Uh, let's see here. Yeah, like I said, if anybody's got any further questions, I'm waiting for responses. Like I said, I don't mind making these shorter. Um, our last one we had was on a random one on a few days ago, and that was over 3 hours. I mean, I don't mind doing this stuff, but I have to be looking for productive stuff. And with social media, it's fine, but I'd rather have everybody put over to my website. I think the most motivated people will do that as well. Um, oh yeah, with Discord, you can set up and host your own encryption keys, choose codecs, and whitelist an entire server access to allow only members you approve. Yeah, I kind of have that set up. I can't remember the thing I'm using, but it's supposed to be pretty popular. It's just a hassle. It's not worth it for me. It's just not worth it. As I said, I want to focus on people that are motivated to come over to my website, their email in, and then engage with my email list and what I'm doing. Um, because I'm not interested in anything else but that. I appreciate that. Can I have your website? Yeah, sure. Hang on here. Let me go over there. Okay. Are you related to Necker Island by chance? Neckerman? Um, let me see here. I gotta go over to my screen. There I am. Bring up a browser. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay, so my website's pretty simple, quantlabsnet.com. Okay. And then just come in there. You can fill in your info here or under the trial. And then once I have you registered, all you gotta do is just go over here to my groups, and then you'll see the public one is this one right here. Um, yeah, I'm not signed in for this, so but this is the one you'd want to sign up for 530. Got a 500 people in it. And I have some other private groups which are behind a paywall. So that's how I'm going to engage, and I can promote Zoom session, like live Zoom sessions on that. And one of the other reasons why I just don't find social media and YouTube specifically, it's just people are just there's too many how shall we say trolls, whatever you want to call them, that just go into this nasty Nimrod commenting and stuff. You get kind of physically tired of it. That's all one I can say. Haha, no, this is an old account I used to use, and I had some English friends. Can't even remember what it means. Oh, Necker Island was owned by Richard Branson. The guy started Virgin Records. Uh, yeah, Neckerman. I think. Well, that's Necker. That's most popular Necker out there. I know. Uh, Somewhere in the Caribbean. So that's fine, but that's what I'm looking at. I just want to work with people that are pretty serious with what I do. Um, so I think I should be able to bring in people. So any other questions or comments at all? Yeah, I don't mind being at short tonight. I really don't. Okay. I know the synchronization can be off. So let me go back to my self here. Okay. So I've kind of got used to the synchronization. So once I see myself do this, that's the countdown to terminate tonight. Uh, and then, as I said, I might come back on Thursday night and just show the latest on this dashboard that I'm working on. And then uh, we can do that. I'll probably announce at my email list, and I'll do another session randomly just to see how many people I can get on the Zoom session from within my website. Okay. So any comments or questions further? So I'm going to put up my finger here. See it on YouTube here. Once it's up, come on, let's get some comments, questions in here to keep this going. Oh, there I am. Okay. So let's do a one. Going once. No comments so far. Going once. Going twice. Going twice. Going two and a half. Get a comment in there. Whatever you want. Going three times. Okay, I guess we're done. Thanks for joining.